Hey, g'day. I'm staying in bloody bed. Car test. What am I going to do about it? Oh, God. I bought talk about a bloody absolute stuff up. I bought a bracket. Now the other phone goes off. So as I get on a live stream, the other, oh, I know it's doing. It's notifying me. Yeah, I know what's going on. Yeah. It's on that other channel of mine. It's notifying me that I'm going live. Anyway, I made the big mistake, now in hindsight. Instead of buying the new camera first, I walked into a shop to go and I had to get money out. So, the only way to get money out, I had to buy something. And they had this phone charge bracket there. I said, oh, is that charge phones in? And the woman said, yes, but she didn't tell me it had to be a certain type of phone. I said, what phone? She said, I'll charge a Samsung. Oh, okay, because this phone right now I'm talking on is the phone I have in my hand. Or one of them. Well, one of the two anyway. Yeah, I got 5 telephones. So, yeah, there you go. You need a little secret. Mr. Ominoi's got 5 telephones for 5 different projects. It drives me absolutely bloody insane. But you got to have it because that way then you don't get people mixed up. You know, one group rings on one phone, another group rings on another one. So you're not, because a lot of places, you know, you got 3 Bobs, you know, a Bobby Brown in this place, a Bob Smith in that one, and a Bob Jones in another place. So that way then you know which Bob you're talking to. Don't say Bob down either. Anyway, shut up. Anyway, that was an Aussie joke, get it? His name's Bob Dan. Anyway, if you don't know me, you work it out. I know I'm being funny. Hello, Bambi. Love you, Bambi. Beautiful Bambi. Hello, Crudon. Yes, the famous, beautiful Crudon Bear. She snuck in the back door there again. She watches my videos, but she never leaves a comment. She sends me an email. So, Crudon Bear was the lady who started me off about 3 years ago and started me on the way to get subscribers. I used to have about 20 subscribers and I didn't know anything about YouTube, and she's in America and she sent me emails and she said, I'm a very private person. I don't talk on phones. I don't ever show me face. And all she does is write me out an email. She gave me her personal email address, which to me is a great big personal sacrifice because that's invasion of privacy. So Crudon Bear, thank you. It's roughly a 3-year anniversary now since you and I met, because I went and looked back over my camera film since about 3 years. So Crudon, big kiss. There you go, darling. Thank you. 3 years of being a good friend. So I remember. Anyway, back on the bullshit about the telephone. So anyway, the guy said, the woman. That's I think there's another one. Oh my God. Oh, okay, thanks, Rich. You're right in the middle of the live stream. He said, oh, the kangaroo's huge. I said, I got a video. I can't put it up there in the link. It's a kangaroo where the kangaroo grabs the dog, puts his arm around the dog's neck. The human runs over, wrestles the dog off the kangaroo, stands up and punches the kangaroo in the face. That's right. Yeah, that one. That famous one that's been going around everywhere. So anyway, so I said, oh, I'll be a phone charge. And the woman, the wife, then said, oh, you charge us any Samsung. Any. So I brought it home, plug it up in the window over there, like you're seeing, it's sitting up over there next to my computer. Put the phone in, doesn't work. Put the other phone in, doesn't work. So I go back over there, take it back on the Sunday. And the worker says, oh, no. He said he's only been in Australia 3 months from Afghanistan. Now you think, oh, I'm reckon Afghanistan war, war in Afghanistan, blah, blah, blah. America bought it. No, 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 no. Afghanistan and Australia have been friends for many, many years. Now, if any of you smart people around the world, you might have heard of the Garn Railway in Australia. I don't have an Instagram, he has a purse. Who's got a purse? What are you talking about, Rich? I don't think. I don't know, he's on about something. Anyway, it just popped up on my screen. You heard it. Anyway, I don't know. The Afghanis come out here to Australia in about the 1880s with their camels, and they formed the corridor between Adelaide to Darwin. Right, 1880. Remember, so there's no telephones, there's no satellite, there's no internet, and everything had to go by mail, by Australia Post, so to speak. Snail mail. And there was no way down around the coast by boat, because that'll take 2 months. So as they started building the railway line from Adelaide to Alice Springs, that was built by the Afghanis with their camels. So therefore they got called the Garn Railway. And then the Garn Railway about 25 years ago got extended up to Darwin. And that's why you see the picture of the Great Australian Train called the Garn, and there's a locomotive runs around occasionally on freight trains on Australian videos about trains, and you see a guy riding a camel. That's the Garn Railway locomotive. It was a locomotive got painted up when they opened up the railway line from Alice Springs to Darwin. That's the locomotive that was used, and it's meant to be staying on the Garn, but occasionally it gets moved around, whatever. That's what trains do. Anyway, so this Afghani guy wandered off the subject a bit, but you learned something. Australian Afghan people get on well. 22 years ago, a friend of mine had to go in there for a pension assessment. Guess who put him through the paperwork? A girl that was a refugee from Afghanistan. And she spoke beautiful English, and she even speaks better than me. And she'd only been in Australia 6 months from Afghanistan. So there you go. So anyway. So this Afghanistani young guy told me, he said, yeah, he'd been here in Australia for 3 months from Afghanistan because of the war. And he's an orphan. And now he's 20 years old. And he's over here in Australia all by himself, and he's an orphan. And he's working in a little corner store in a little dead suburb of Sydney. And he explained to me how the phone works. He said, no, it's got to be a Series 10S, Series 10 or something, or whatever that means, in Samsung phones. I said, oh, okay. And then he put his phone into my bracket because he plugged it in. He said, look, it does work. Oh, because I thought the cradle must have been stuffed. So I said, all right. He said, just, you either bring it back tomorrow, get the boss to give you a refund, or go buy another phone that fits it, that works. I said, well, what's the phone? Then he told me something 10. So then I went down to Target. I bought the 5 phones down there. And the guy said, yeah, they'll work. He's looking it up on the phone. He's doing all the bullshit. I sat there for an hour, aching legs, aching knees, aching back, everything else. I never whinged. I never complained. No, I'm not complaining. I'm just telling you a story. So I got home. Didn't work. Took it back down. You know what they did? They gave me a full refund. Yep. Full cash refund. Cash refund. Yeah. I said, oh, Mr. Ominoy, I don't want to upset you, you always come back. I said, all right, thank you. So then they turn around, so I walk out the door then, I walk up this other guy. He's out there in those, those little foam telephone booths they got in shopping centres where they put all the, they just built like a little island sort of thing and they put a little sign up and talking to him and he said, oh yeah, I've got one here. He said, oh, yeah, plug it in here. So I plugged the thing into he plugged it into his PowerPoint. And he said, oh, this one here should work. He stuck it on there. I said, it's not doing nothing. He said, I'll give it a minute. He said, the thing's probably dead flat. So anyway, we're sitting there talking. About 2 minutes later, blip, up comes the thing on the screen. It's charging. It's actually working. But you know what the trap was? I didn't check the back of the machine. Do you see the height of the clearance of the camera? You know when you look at the top of the camera up here and you got the big camera up there on the side of the bar on the back of the camera where the camera lens is? The blue thing slightly goes near it. And that's why on that test drive, I got the blue tinge on the camera. So that's why I then put the camera on backwards. And that's why I asked somebody to leave me a comment. 10 of you buggers went and watched it, but 10 of you buggers never left me a comment. Okay, 80 are probably watching it on TV, but somebody out there's got a computer and a mobile phone. Those you buggers. Can't you give me a comment? You know, does it sound clear or what? I'm a deaf old bastard. I hear it on a great big TV. I want to know if it sounds clear to you. Whatever you're watching. So anyway. So now I set the bracket up. And you know you've got the old story from Miss Hominoid. It's been raining and raining and raining in Sydney and flood 3 times. Well, the flood waters are finally going down. The bridge is going to open up for me to go home. But now it's going to rain again today. We're going to rain. So it's no point even going home, even if I wanted to. What's the point? Yeah, Chris, your Uncle Gary's going good. Actually, I'll let him know this way. Chris, your Uncle Gary was sitting there playing around with an hockey strap. Now, everybody listen to this, all right? You ready for it? You say they're playing around with an hockey strap. The hockey strap broke at one end and then it flicked up and around, smashed him in the glasses, broke the glasses, and the glass went into his eye. And I didn't get to hear about it. So that's your Uncle Gary, Chris. Anyway, so he went to hospital and they pulled the glass out of his eyeball. I can't win, you know. I mean, of course, I'm supposed to get told. No, you know when I got told? 5 days later. What? Jesus, I don't know. How's that, eh? Broken hockey strap, runs up, hits the glass, bang, smashes the glass goes into his eyeball. Now, I don't know whether he drove himself to hospital or he called an ambulance or what. So, if I know him, he probably no, hang on. No, because the road was flooded. Helicopter? Back up to Bloom. I don't know. I got to find. I don't know if he's gone up to Lithgow Katoomba Hospital or he's gone out to Windsor before the floods, or I've got to find that one out. Interesting point. Talking to the world about private business, yeah. But just goes to show people, an hockey strap, right? It broke, flicked up, smashed the glasses, and the glass of the glasses went into his eyeball. Yeah, so here first, Mr. Hominoid. Bloody hockey straps, they're dangerous. I've been telling people here in my workshop for 20 years, the fucking things are deadly. They're like a bloody slingshot, a catapult. They're deadly. They're a projectile, you know. Anyway, so it's rain's hanging around again. Yes, the sun's out. See, look, you can sort of to the sun over there that way. But don't believe it. It's bullshit. The rain's coming over the other side. Anyway, so leave me a comment. What was the car test like? I'd like to hear about that. Birthday boy's at work. I don't know what he's doing. I think he's out there becoming a daddy. I think he's got a harem. I can ask his old man. I said, "Hey, has your son got a harem?" His old man look at me and go, "Well, don't tell me I'm going to be a grandfather." Every father's worst nightmare for an unmarried son. Anyway, Mr. Hominoid. Anyway, Jackass. Yeah, Jackass and Howard. I made a comment on this other channel, people. I said, oh, the floods here in Australia, it's going to hit America. Now, everybody knows, in Australia, when we have bushfires, America has bushfires within months after. When we have a drought here in Australia, America has droughts. As soon as we have windstorms over here, America has windstorms. I said to myself, we just had 2 months or 6 months, 3, 4 months of rain. Well, what do we have? January, February, March, April of floods. I said, what you have, America? Oh, no. They said, no, it's not going to happen in America. Right, this live stream is now going to be a I told you so, America. You are going to have great big floods after June. Right? After June or during June, July, August, September, October, November, you're going to have massive, great, big floods in America. Let's see how far wrong Mr. Hominoid's going to be. And I want somebody to come back and remind me about this video if I'm wrong. And if I'm right, remind me too, right? But I reckon between June to November, December, 6 months, there's going to be massive, great big floods in America like we just had here in Australia. Every time, remember we had Australian bushfires and there's 5 Americans from California died down the southern part state of New South Wales. And what happened 3 months later? Beat the big California bushfires. And Howard turned around and said, oh yeah, America's different to Australia. But we always have bushfires regularly anyway. And so let me guess. America regularly has tornadoes, regular bushfires, regular floods, regular droughts, regular whatever. So that's why you have that FEMA, because when it comes and they say, oh, all of a sudden the news in America says, oh, this unexpected tornado touched down. But if you know it's going to happen, how can it be unexpected? Right? If you say, oh yeah, we know we're going to have them, well, in that case, well, when are you going to have them? But then they turn around and say, oh, a big unexpected tornado, a big unexpected flood went through New Mexico, or a bloody earthquake hit bloody California. But they say, oh yeah, but they're regular. Well, okay, well, they're regular. Well, why don't you tell us when they're going to happen? Because you don't know when they're going to happen. See, Smarty, I'll tell you now. June to December, there's going to be three. There you go. You put the fingers up. 3 big floods across America. Same as what Australia just had. We got them from Rockhampton in Queensland, right down to Brisbane, right Sunshine Coast, Gympie, all the way right down through the Gold Coast, right down to Sydney, right down to the Victorian border. Mark my words. Betcha. What happens on one side of the planet, it's got to happen on the other side. It's an egg. It balances in outer space. It's got to balance. Water movement around the planet goes around the sun this side. When it gets around that side, it's going to be on the opposite side, on the opposite end, which is America. So you watch. See how far Mr. Hominoid's wrong. Right? June to December this year, 2022, 3 lots of big floods in America. This year, far wrong on him. And if I'm right, said like Jack and Howard, you're going to pay for a great big carton of Bundaberg rum. And that's at $35 a bottle for a carton of 24. No, just kidding. I don't want rum on them. Anyway, people, God bless. Love you. Like, share, subscribe to the channel. Go and give, no, bugger it. No, I'm not going to give him any subscribers. If you don't know who Jackass is, well, that's his problem. You're my subscribers. I'll keep you to myself. Yeah, you're my favourite friends. Yeah, I'm lying in bed. It's going to rain. My legs are aching. Bloody, I had to jump over the fences. Bloody key lock problems and all the rest. Had to jump off a bloody fence and hurt me bloody knees. I'm not too old for this shit. Anyway, so we're still going to get birthday boy's present. What's today? Easter Thursday. So I'll see when asswipe or bum chum comes home or whatever. I'll get his old man kicking up the arse and say, hey, get over to see the poor old cripple next door. Poor old cripple. Yeah. See you later. Like, share, subscribe, Mr. Omino. Take care. God bless. Look after yourself. Try to be happy. Mate, I'm in absolute agony. There's no point whinging about it. I may talk about it, but not whinging about it. Love you. See you later. Leave me a comment. Go down and look at the bloody driving test 1 and 2. 1, you'll see the blue on the screen while I was talking about the camera bracket. And number 2. Right? Let me bloody comment. If you don't, I'll come over there and I'll kick your mailbox. Who's got a mailbox anymore anyway? Nobody gets snail mail. But we're still going to have a bloody mailbox. Yeah, collects junk, don't they? That's all they do is put junk in them. See ya. Be good. And don't forget, love your dog. Give him a cuddle and a biscuit. And love your cat and your bird and your budgie.